One of the most beneficial aspects of this course and how it was taught was that it wasn't taught, in that Professor Finkelstein did not handhold us and say, here's a book on how to be a lawyer, here's a book on how to run a negotiation, here's a book on the business environment of law, and I want you to read this book and apply it in an environment. No, that wasn't there. And actually some students in our course evaluations complained that there wasn't this theory or there wasn't this book provided to us. And I think that's interesting observation on how students are conditioned, law students, in that we are clinging to a book. We are clinging to a legal idea that we must have it to be able to go into a comfort of a library and study it and then apply it. But, you know, the real world doesn't have answers. I don't have the answers to anything every single morning when I go to the office. And the difference between a successful day and an unsuccessful day at work, and believe me, I've had my share of both, is that am I able to think clearly, effectively, soundly, under the cost constraints and come to a right decision without knowing the answer, and without probably knowing the answer for a long time in front of me rather than that specific day. And that's something that students really want to have. We grasp on this I need to know now mentality. I need to have that comfort mentality. I need to know every day when I go into class these certain pages will be taught, these certain issues will be taught, my professor will be quizzing me on the Socratic method on these cases, and I already know the holding to all of them. When does that ever happen as an international business lawyer? Never. You're never going to know the answer to anything as an international business lawyer. You don't know what the opposing side is going to say. You might have a framework. You may come very, very prepared, tireless nights, but you still don't know what they're going to say. They can say, oh, our prime minister has decided politically that he doesn't want to pursue this path, and therefore you need to give us another different option based on, you know, this route. I mean, completely damage the entire integrity of what you had prepared for months and months. Does legal teaching teach you that in the current law school method? Of course not. But that's the beauty of it, in that Professor Finkelstein was aware of this, being an international transactional lawyer, and he didn't handhold us in the process. He said, let's take a group of students, put them together in a conference room, and then let's see what happens. And that's where the magic begins of being an international business lawyer. Understanding which lawyers or which law students are able to take a set of unknowns and come to a solution, rather than being given a set of facts and then come to a solution. That's the way the real world works, without the answers.